Okay, I see the red dot that's come on. Looks like we're recording, we're live. What's going on, everybody? This is Omar. I'm back with another video. Now, I got a feeling that this video is going to be a little more intense, a little more passionate than the last video I made. But this is one that's strictly for my spiritual family and those who have any kind of spirituality within them. The topic of this video is, does prayer work? Does prayer work? How do I know when my prayers are being answered? Will my prayers even make it and have that chance of being answered? How does God answer those prayers? We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that from all different aspects. We're gonna break that down. We're going to talk about the conditions of a prayer. We're going to talk about how faith plays a role when it comes to praying. We're going to talk about motives of prayers. And then, last but not least, we're going to talk about how prayers are being answered. So this is going to be a good lesson today. So y'all need to break out your pens and your paper today, because it's going to be we're going to get real heavy and real deep with it. Now, when it comes down to conditions of prayers, best believe I got book, chapter, and verse for you too, so you can look this up. James chapter 2 verse 16. The prayers of the righteous is powerful and effective. And other translations may say that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. You ever thought to yourself, what is righteous? What do you think righteous is? Do you consider yourself to be a righteous person? Righteous means you striving to do right in all aspects. It does not mean good. I know people got this definition of what a good person is, or they may feel that, oh, I'm a good person. Jesus even says it in the New Testament that, hey, ain't nobody's good but my Father. And we tend to have a tendency to make it seem like other people's sins are worse than ours, so that kind of gives us justification on that I'm better than that person. For example, let's say that I tend to lust after women from time to time, or I may use profanity every now and then, but this person over there, he cheats on his wife and he beats her. Or this person over there, that person had kids out of wedlock, so I'm better than them. In all actuality, all of us need to repent, because we are all at odds with God. So it says the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So do you consider yourself to be a righteous person? That may be the reason why your prayers may not be getting answered. We're going to talk about how faith plays a role. James chapter 2 verse 17, the next verse. Faith by itself without action is dead. Simply means you got to put forth an effort. I know there's a lot of people out there who believe all I got to do is say a prayer to God and then I'm going to just sit back and wait and see what happens. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You got to put forth an effort for yourself. If I'm in and out the hospital because I got high blood pressure, because I got high cholesterol, I'm overweight, I'm having weight issues, I may have folks that's out there trying to do right pray on my behalf. But guess what? If I don't follow doctor's orders, if I don't get out there and exercise, if I don't change my diet, do you think anything is going to happen as far as my health? I have to put forth an effort. I have to show some discipline. I have to show some faith of my own in order for those prayers to be answered. So that's how faith plays a role when it comes to prayers getting answered. Motives of prayer. What is your motive when you pray? We still in the book of James chapter 4 verse 3. When you ask and do not receive, it's because you ask with the wrong motives. You got to ask yourselves, what are your motives? Are you the type of person that wish ill will on other people? Are you the type of person that want God to wipe out all your enemies? Do you pray just because based on the things you want? Is it all about you? You ever considered that? Maybe if you start showing more care and compassionate towards other people, you might just get some of your prayers answered. I'm just saying, we just gonna keep it 100 today. I'm trying to help folks out. I'm trying to let people know what the real deal is. You gotta check your motives. Now, before we close out to the end of the video, we're gonna talk about how God answers prayers. So I want you to buckle your seatbelts and get ready. Sometimes the answer to your prayers can be a no. Think about that for a minute. The answer to your prayers can sometimes be a no. There's folks out there that's praying to win $1 million. There's folks out there that's praying to win the lottery. But you want to know why that prayer is not being answered? Why that answer is a no? Because the thing that you're asking for may be the same thing that's going to end up killing you. That $1 million may end up destroying you. May destroy your relationships. You're better off not even having that $1 million. As a matter of fact, why are you praying for $1 million when you can't even handle having $100? You spend that foolishly. You think God is going to bless you with $1 million? Like, that don't make sense from a common sense standpoint. Sometimes the answer to your prayers can be a not right now. Think about it. A not right now. There may be certain blessings that God has in store for you, but he can't give it to you quite just yet because you're not going to be able to handle that blessing. You're not mature enough. Because if he gives it to you then, if he gives it to you right now, you know what's going to happen? You're going to not appreciate the blessing. You're going to ruin it, and you're going to end up losing the blessing altogether. So hey, it may take another 6 months, may take a year, who knows, may even take 5 years before that blessing may come into your life. But you have to ask yourself, am I ready to receive that? So the answer to your prayers could be a not right now. Last but not least, God can answer your prayers, but he can answer it in a way that you don't expect. Let me give you a couple examples to break this down, so make sure that you get a clear picture. Got a lot of single women out there that's praying for a husband. Oh, God, please send me a husband. I'm praying for a husband. Been waiting on a husband. But in your mind, you want somebody that's 6'5" that has a lot of money, right? That's your ideal, typical makeup of a husband. But this is how God works. He could put a man in your path that may be only 5'7", that may not have that much money. But guess what? He has a lot of those characteristics that make a good husband, that'll make a great father. So are you be willing to pass that up? And it's not like the 5'7" husband guy, it's not like he's some mysterious person that you gotta look and search hard to find. This could be somebody that you see on a regular basis. You see them time and time again, but you ignore them for the simple fact that in your own mind, you want the 6'5" guy. I'm trying to help you ladies out. Y'all may think I'm getting a little harsh, being a little critical. I'm trying to help y'all out. Same goes with the guys. I know, especially us men, because we're physical anyway. We like certain body types. So our ideal mate would be somebody that has a body type of a Halle Berry or a Janet Jackson. But the person that God may put in your life may be 20 pounds overweight, may have a little bit of a tummy on her. She may still even have a halfway decent face. She may still have a cute face. Are you be willing to pass that up? She can hold you down. She can hold the household down. She can support you in ways that a wife should support you. Will you be willing to pass that up? So this is all ways that God can work. So goes back to the question that I asked in the beginning. Does prayer work? Yes, prayers work. When you're a righteous person, when you're striving to do right in life, when you have the right motives, when you have the right attitude, when you're putting forth an effort, and whatever you're asking for is lined up with God's will for your life. That's how prayers get answered. So I hope I cleared some things up for you. I hope I cleared things up for you. Any comments, feel free to put it in the comment box. Y'all know y'all gotta excuse me. I tend to get a little hyped up. I tend to get a little fired up at times. I lose it sometimes. Y'all know I don't have good sense anyway.